guys, and welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. Today's video is about Gabbie Hanna going to the BFFs podcast. Oh, and let me tell you, there's not much tea, but it is really cringy, and I'm in a troll mood, so take that in mind. But before we get into all of the tea, let me plug the Hot Tea Twitter account where you can keep up with any updates as well as send us stories that you would like us to cover. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, all the shebang. So Gabbie Hanna, one of our favorite drama queens who is totally not in drama all the time, was just a guest on the BFFs podcast hosted by Dave Portnoy, Josh Richards, and Bri Chickenfry. Must say this was not expected at all. The episode just came out yesterday and already has over 300,000 views with 7,000 likes and 4.7 thousand dislikes. This tells us that there are a lot of mixed opinions on this one. Our girl Gabbie somehow manages to stir the pot and come out at this time almost every year. Same time last year, we were covering her pretty heavily on this channel all throughout the summer. Some of our best content on this channel. Shameless plug, check it all out. The previous year, summer 2020, she also got in some hot water. She had her infamous breakdown and then her drama with Jessie Smiles, Trisha Paytas, and a few drama channels as well. Maybe if we go even further back, we'll find more examples of Gabbie coming for the drama around spring or summertime. Usually the narrative of the tea community has agreed on would be that Gabbie gets into drama right before any project release, like music, books, podcast, but maybe it has to do something with summer, so who knows? This is just my little conspiracy theory. Alright, first off, I feel like none of the hosts did their homework and researched Gabbie even a little bit. Out of the three, only Brianna knew some of the scandals Gabbie has been in, but it didn't seem like she knew much details. This gives her a platform that she can easily manipulate the narrative. No objectivity at all. Second of all, let me just prepare you that the whole vibe of the podcast was way off. I'm sorry to the Gabbie stans, but it was just so cringe. Her rock star behavior, mannerisms, and lingo, it just did not look natural.
Fuck yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
A lot of people felt that too, so this is your warning / preface of how the podcast dynamic was. The podcast started with Dave complimenting Gabbie on her rock star looks.
Welcome, Gabbie.
Whoop whoop.
I can't tell you how ecstatic I am to be here and also how grateful I am to be here. This is very f***ing cool to me. I'm stoked on life.
Hell yeah.
You look like a rock star.
Oh, thank you.
The glasses definitely give a little rock star. The bandana,
shirt, the jewelry. Yeah.
She said she made the shirt that she wore that day, and the shirt says, "Drama follows me. Show me how good it can get." And it's funny because then they ask her if drama really follows her. And
drama does kind of follow you, right?
Not so much, and not in my real life. I just kind of like. Yeah.
Wait a minute, what's your real life? This.
Yeah, I guess.
And she goes like, "No, not really, not in my real life." What's that, Gabbie? Drama doesn't follow you? Also, isn't someone's career / job part of their real life? I mean, we've all got bills to pay, and social media is your job, and it's also the place where you've gotten in lots of drama. Then she said something interesting that might actually show some progress in her. Dave asked if Gabbie was a drama queen in her prior life, and she responded that she does not understand other humans' social interactions as well as she once thought, which is probably the most self-awareness that we've gotten in regards to her past dramas.
Just about growing up, I guess, and it's mostly, I'd say, I've always been very bad at ignoring drama, and I've gotten very good at ignoring drama.
So that's definitely something. I'm glad you've noticed this, Gabbie. She mentioned that before she was really bad at ignoring the drama, and now she's better at it. I'm wondering if the better at ignoring it thing started recently or does it include last year? Because it didn't seem like she was unbothered by the drama and she definitely paid a lot of attention to it. Even the slightest forms of criticism, like Rachel Oates talking about her poetry and saying that she doesn't like it, spiraled Gabbie out of control. Or people like Oscar Wilde liking a tweet that somehow was related to Gabbie, or even someone respectfully saying that they wouldn't smash her because she ain't their type. I don't know, Gabbie, do these situations count as the past because they happened exactly 1 year ago, or do they count as the present? Because at that time, she would also say that she doesn't involve herself in the drama, and other people drag her into it. Moving on, when Gabbie was asked why she went to the podcast, she said that she's a big Barstool fan. She loves the brand despite their reputation.
I've obviously known of Barstool for fucking ages, and I think that your whole attitude and energy is cool.
Mind you, the BFFs podcast is a drama/hot topics type of show.
All right, well, we'll show you how good the drama is on BFFs.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and well, sort of. So doing sometimes
They cover a lot of celebrity gossip and other similar things. And again, it's interesting seeing Gabbie, Miss I Don't Get in Drama, go on a drama-specific podcast. Maybe it was her backup choice for not being invited to Frenemies when that was going on. Who knows? Gabbie also said Dave inspired her with his enemies' champagne bottles, and that pushed her into her villain era.
Inspired me in a way that I guess could be perceived as negative or positive. I think it was a really good experience for me in terms of like moving on and growth and kind of finding myself and my strength again. The way that you have those champagne bottles with your enemy's name on them, that kind of pushed me into my villain era.
So it inspired you to hate. Like,
but
unfortunately, this era didn't go as well for her, and she said that it made other people perceive her as a bitch, a drama queen, just because she's a woman. She made a comparison to how if a man did the same thing, it would be praised.
It wasn't for me though. I realized quickly that it wasn't for me. It also wasn't perceived the same on me, I believe, as a woman as it is a man. And that's honestly just like the truth of it is like when a man's like really going after people and be like, fuck yeah, that's hilarious. But if I'm to do that, it's like, well, she's a drama queen.
That's not the right example to use feminism for. Gabbie got into so much drama last year, unnecessarily, by the way. She made a whole ass expose type of series and vlogs. In them, she brought up Trisha Paytas, Rice Gum, Joey Graceffa, and Danielle Preda, Angelika Oles, amongst other tea/drama channels.
Well, it became a business to people to really just say whatever they wanted. And then it just got to a point where there was so much of it that I was like, am I just going to let people keep fucking steamrolling me? So I stood up for myself. I kind of knew in my heart that it was going to be a really traumatic year for me to kind of scatter the roaches and see who's got my back. Because for years people were like, ignore it. And it's like, damn, how much can I ignore? How long do I have to ignore this before I get to fucking say my piece?
She also mentioned how other people talking about her and making videos, aka drama channels, hello, call us out, one by one please, profit big time off of her name. I mean, that is true. Some of the videos made on Gabbie last year were our most viewed videos on this channel, but why did we all start making videos on Gabbie in the first place? Because she got in more beef with people, simultaneously bringing her own dirty laundry to the table. Then Gabbie went on to a rant about Bad Baby. She spoke about the abuse that Danielle Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl, went through, not only in her family but also in public. Gabbie mentioned Bad Baby's traumatic experience with Dr. Phil and the ranch, and how once she turned 18 and made an OnlyFans, a lot of people joined, which is really disturbing. Gabbie also mentioned how the internet to this day bullies this girl. She then got that related to herself, and she understands it, which she also proceeded to do later on when they spoke about Jenna Marbles and Will Smith. Sure, you can relate to someone's experiences, but I got that vibe that Gabbie sees herself on the same level as these people. She somehow manages to make their situation all about herself, which made the hosts a little bit uncomfortable in my opinion. Especially Josh Richards. He was the only one in the same room as Gabbie. Brianna and Dave were doing the interview remotely. Josh looked concerned and scared. Everyone in the comments pointed that out. I mean, look at him and his body language.
Let me talk about fucking Bad Baby. That little girl went on Dr. Phil when she was 13 motherfucking years old, acting exactly like her mom. Her mom's literally in the fucking video. We all saw it. We chose to see what we wanted to see, though, was this little arrogant little brat because she's a Cash Me Outside. How about that? But what we're seeing is a little girl who's in an abusive household. Her dad left when she was young. She's now on a stage, fucking the entire crowd, attacking her. She's 13 fucking years old. She's living the example that she's learned, which was from her mom saying she's gonna fucking throw a shoe at her. Like, we saw that. You know what I mean? So we saw a little girl who was a victim of abuse and then was sent to a very abusive ranch where she experienced a lot of abuse with other kids who were experiencing abuse at the hands of Dr.
Josh, blink twice if you feel threatened.
You have questions for us? We'll answer them.
Actually,
I'll answer questions.
I want to manifest something right now, and I'd like you guys to be a part of it.
One user commented, Josh's face every time Gabbie talks is killing me. God bless Josh. He really took one for the team here, agreeing to do this alone in the same room. His faces have me. Josh's face while Gabbie is talking. He looks like a hostage who needs to blink twice for help. Oh, and then she talked about gaslighting. Man, I wish she can learn a new term to use. If I hear one more time gaslight, I will gaslight myself into not watching this podcast. I don't know how, but I will do it.
I mean, I was being gaslighted literally publicly for years by so many different people telling me I said or did things or was somebody I wasn't. So I just needed for myself to literally research my life for the last like 7 years.
Next, Gabbie talked about how she wants to be more helpful towards others. She said that she wants to save the world or die trying. Gabbie wants to collaborate with other artists and raise money, give them away. She wants to donate her portion of whatever projects she works on with other people. And that actually sounds really nice. No complaints about that, to be honest.
Okay. So I've been working on a project for a while. It's called the Money Fund. I have this concept that has really kind of pushed me through this last year of wanting to just make a real impact and make some real change and get some real money into the hands of the people who deserve it. I feel like the only thing that I have to really offer this world is, you know, the skills and gifts that I was given by God, which I believe are, you know, design and music. And I'm still going to continue to learn and grow and hopefully work with the right people. But I really want to collaborate with people on projects where I do not want to profit $1 on anybody.
If Gabbie wants to be more philanthropic these days, like go off, sister.
Yeah, 100%. Save the world or die trying, dude. So what I would love to do for you, if you're down, we can talk about it later, no pressure right now, but I would love to design just like a shirt or something to sell, and then you can profit all of it. But all of my cut from that design, I'll just put directly back into the
I don't care. That's simple. If you do a cool design, we can certainly donate that to charity.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I mean,
that's what's up.
So like when you said you made.
But during that part of the podcast, she gave examples of ways this fuck money fund will generate money even after she's gone. She apparently thinks that she will be known long after she's gone. I don't know about that. Gabbie, let's see if we're still talking about you in just like 10 to 15 years, you know? Take it a decade at a time. Granted, her music might get more successful, you never know, but I highly doubt her YouTube legacy will be that relevant. Sorry, does that make me a bitch? It totally will. Just comment down below. She also said that she doesn't really want to go in depth into her dramas and scandals because she's still healing from it and just not interested in talking about drama anymore.
So last summer, I was like feeling very alone as fuck. I'm not going to get too heavy, don't worry, but I was at
You've
sort of a rock
already
bottom place.
sort of gotten heavy.
I was going to say, we've already reached that.
Hot.
Am I ruining the vibe of the show?
No, this is the best vibe. All vibes are good vibes.
Like previously said, none of the hosts seem to have done any background research on Gabbie, which also kind of happened with that Red Table Talk, the Estefan's show she was on last year.
I feel like every once in a while the internet picks someone that they're just going to destroy, and you were like enemy number one. It was like really bad. The whole internet was against her. Like every video that you saw, it was bad. Like you were severely getting bullied on the internet. So I think that.
Why?
I don't know. It was really already 2 years in of like constant harassment and abuse. Yeah. Really. And like gaslighting and like truly believing that I said or did things that I did not do. And like it was an act of desperation, to be honest. And in my defense, it fucking worked. Like they backed the fuck off.
Why don't people do a quick Google search into who they're inviting on their shows? Again, not being informed into her scandals makes it easier for her to focus the narrative from her point of view. And that just makes the discussion very subjective and one-sided. Only Brianna kind of knew some things about Gabbie, but the guys were just clueless.
I feel like we're talking a little bit in code. Like what worked?
Yeah. What was this thing that you guys are talking about that you did? What you did?
People were just attacking everything I did. Yeah, sorry you have so many pages you throw on the floor. I feel bad.
No, that's just like how I kind of like cycle through them. It's
okay, cool. Yeah. Did I like shut down too many of your things?
No, that's like my process of like, oh, we got this page. Okay, done.
Cool.
Overall, Gabbie seemed to not want to explain what happened to her last year, and she wanted to focus on giving back. If that's truly her vision, if she really wants to do good for others, that is amazing. I'm just hoping she didn't bring it out as a way to distract the hosts and to paint herself in a better light. And here are some comments on what people had to say. Some of the funniest BFFs moments are watching the crew try and navigate a guest who's clearly off the rails. I'm literally 7 minutes in and Gabbie is already off the walls. Imagine she gave a speech for an award. She will be up there telling her whole life story. This podcast gave me so much anxiety and secondhand embarrassment because she didn't know when to stop. I literally am having to shake this shit off. This is not related to the BFFs podcast episode with Gabbie, but it's about Gabbie taking someone else's situation and making it about her. On a TikTok about a clip from Whitney Cummings' podcast featuring Miranda Cosgrove, Gabbie left this comment saying, I did a podcast finally trying to defend myself against people who were threatening and blackmailing me for years. One user commented back saying, Gab, it's not about you. The mentioned clip was about Miranda's stalker story. There was a guy who got himself on fire and got shot by the police in her backyard. She wasn't there when it happened, but it was quite shocking for her, and I'm sure you can understand why. And that is pretty much all that we have for today's tea spilling session. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on everything that we talked about in the comment section down below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every single day. Bye bye.